Hey guys, Current Chips Mining here. Wanted to upload a video on the most recent thing I've just done. And in mining, crypto mining, everything's in little steps. Okay, I started mining, I worked it out, I looked back at my previous videos and stuff and things that I'd recorded and notes I'd taken myself. I actually started mining in around June 2022, and my first action into crypto mining wasn't even a rig. It was actually me messing around and using my gaming PC to mine Ravencoin on Kapow to a Ravencoin core wallet. I had no idea what I was doing. I was watching YouTube videos and all sorts. I then got hooked quite quickly. A few weeks later, I bought my very first mining rig, and I bought it. I didn't build it. I bought it used. I bought an RX 580 6 GPU MSI rig, and that was it. I was hooked. And at that time, it was profitable. We weren't in a bear market. I was making money. I was like, this is amazing. I was paying full residential electrical rate in the UK, but it was still profitable. Then I got hooked. I spent more money. I built more rigs, got to about 3 rigs quite quickly. Then I started looking into, oh my God, this is using quite a lot of power. So I had to try and find hosting facilities. I found a great big solar farm in the UK. I moved my rigs over there, and that was great. And then I just keep growing and growing and growing my operation. But ultimately, for the last 12 months, things have kind of stayed the same. And what I've been concentrating on is upgrading my hardware. So I started off with like RX 580s. RX 580s became RX 5700 XTs. I started off with a load of P106 100s, which are GTX 1060s. They all became CMP 70s. Those CMP 70s all got sold, and they all became little home ASIC miners like iPolos and Jazz miners. So I'm currently, my own personal farm, which is my stuff because I also look after a lot of other people's stuff, is currently sitting at around 80 GPUs. The bulk of them are either Vega 64s, RX 5700 XTs, or RTX 3090s. And I do have quite a few little rigs which are like CMP 30 HXs, but they'll be upgraded. And then I have a lot of iPolos. I have a lot of Jazz miners, and I have a lot of gold shell devices. But one thing you'll notice in all of that is I don't have, and I never have had, a large ASIC. I just have never done it. And the reason why I've never done it is because you can't really run these things at home. The miner I've got on screen is the Ice River KS3M, and this thing uses 3,400 watts of power. It chucks out 75 decibels of volume, and if I was to stick something like that at home, it would use the majority of the power that I can actually use at home. I use solar panels, solar batteries. I have different decent energy tariffs, everything. But this thing just wouldn't really be anywhere near as profitable at home, and it would just make so much noise. It just isn't viable for me. And a lot of the miners that I watch online are based in the US. I don't think many miners I watch are actually in the UK. And in the US, I hate to say this, but in certain areas of the US, it's considerably cheaper to have land. In the UK, unless you live in the countryside, to have land and to have a mining shed that's away from your main residential property just isn't really viable. It's just not possible. So that's why you have to look at hosting facilities. And quite a lot of my hardware is in UK-based hosting facilities, but they're like 2 hours drive away maximum. I'm still paying pretty high power rates compared to like people that mine in the US and other countries. And that's held me back. It's really held me back in terms of buying a big miner. And I've really come close, looking at L7s, Dash miners, and Bitcoins, of course, S120, S21s, S22s, etc. However, today I haven't just taken a step, I've taken a leap. And it's a bit of a leap of faith, but it's one of those leaps I think you've got to do if you really want to get into crypto mining. And that is, I've actually bought a full-size ASIC. I haven't bought one, I've bought two. And this is what I bought. I bought two KS3Ms. And people watching this might think, oh my God, what are you doing, Curry? The Casper network's incredibly mad. It's just going to get busier and busier, and the emission schedule on Casper every month it goes down by 10%. What are you doing? And I literally obsessed. I sat down, I looked at every miner, I looked at Bitcoin miners, I looked at E9 Pros, I looked at the big new Jazz miners that are coming out, and I honestly think this thing's the best. And this is why I did it. Okay, so first of all, I had to find a hosting facility which wasn't in the UK. And the reason why I had to find one that was in the UK is it needed to be cost effective. and it's cheaper hosting something in the US or another country, even places like Armenia I've spoken to, or Poland, or Dubai. But I was really kind of concerned using some of these hosting facilities because they can be cheaper than what I've managed to get this hosted for. You know, I managed to get this hosted for 8 cents per kilowatt hour, which I think is amazing. Better than anything I could get in the UK. I could get as cheap as down to 5 cents per kilowatt hour, but I just didn't get that gut feeling that was right and I could trust them. Whereas what I've done, I've actually bought two of these with Ice River Direct hosting, and that might be a mistake. I don't know. This is that big leap of faith. This is the big step. Um, but annoyingly, I didn't buy it directly through Ice River. And when I say annoyingly, I just lingered for that like 48 hours too long. And I got nervous. I didn't worry. I just didn't do it. And this is what happened. They sold out. You know, Ice River directly sold out. So then what I did is I went on to ASIC Miner Value, which is this website here. And I use this website a lot. And it's really good because it tells you the profitability of a machine, and you can pump in what you're paying per kilowatt hour, what currency you want to look at. It gives you some specifications, and then ultimately it then gives you also recommended resellers of this device. And I have bought now from quite a few of these resellers, so I do trust them. And I also follow quite a lot of other YouTubers, people like Voscoin Mining. He seems like an amazing guy, lovely bloke, really honest. And I think a lot of people follow him simply because he seems a really genuine guy. When he makes a mistake, he talks about it. He's going through all of his operation. Obviously, he is years ahead of me, and he has land, so he can build it on his own premises and all the headaches that come with that. The hobbyist miner, Red Panda Mining, all these different miners that I follow and have basically kind of encouraged me. Not directly, they don't know they've encouraged me, but they have to get into mining. And I follow them, and they recommend a lot of these vendors. And I bought from quite a few of these, and I've had really good experiences. But what I did, I saw that Ice River was sold out. I then went on to this website, not this website, this website, ASIC Miner Value, and I started looking for all these different sellers. And everyone was sold out, or it was on back order. You had to wait a month. And I was like, this is Casper. You don't want to wait a month because in a month, the rewards are gone down by 10%, but also the network might have gone up by another 10 petahash or whatever. So I want to get this thing online ASAP. But luckily, Nhash, who is a vendor that I have bought from before and I was really pleased with, they had them in stock, or at least their website said they had them in stock. Here you go. And funny enough, they were actually cheaper. So I was like, what? This is crazy. Is it really cheaper? So I started speaking to them. I got hold of a couple of contacts there, which I've already spoken to. And I have actually paid, by the time you pay setup fee, delivery charge, all that fun and exciting stuff, I paid 15,000 US dollars for two of these miners. So have I gone mental? Is this the maddest thing I've done? Well, if any UK viewers are watching this and they're fans of Only Fools and Horses, which is a very old sitcom from the 80s in the UK, but a legendary series, he who dares wins. And I honestly believe this is a dare that is going to pay off. Okay, so this thing's cost me $15,000 to buy two of these. Now, the reason why I've done it now and not 6 months ago is 6 months ago, for me to take, say, $15,000 out of my crypto mining, what my rewards that I've been holding, that would have been a huge amount of my holdings that I've made over the last 2 years. But I'm now in the position because I've made some really good calls, whether that's by luck, by fluke, I don't know, by following decent people, good research. I've managed to build up quite a big bag. So I thought, is before the bull run starts, let's spend some of that bag and let's reinvest it. And I'm going to reinvest it in the crypto that I really want to hold the most, which is Casper, because I really believe this project can pump. It's already pumped loads. So I bought two of these at $15,000. So when am I going to ROI? I don't know. No one knows that exact. No one has a crystal ball because there's so many factors. There's the value of the coin. There is how busy the network is going to be. All this kind of fun, exciting stuff. But on figures, on paper, this seems like a really good decision. And I'll tell you why. You know, if you look at the profitability, so here you go. I plumbed in here on what to mine, 8 cents per kilowatt hour. I should be bringing in $58 a day in profit after power. But more importantly, I don't really care too much about that. I care about this. I care about how much Casper I'm actually going to be getting in my bags. And, you know, 380 Casper a day right now. Tomorrow it'll probably be 379. Day after it'll probably be 370, and it'll keep going down and down and down. But let's just say if it is $58 a day after power, and that's per machine. Okay, so we've got $58 times that by 2, it's $116. I spent $15,000, divide that by 116, that's 129 days to ROI. That is amazing. Like, that really is. That is a big investment, $15,000. But 129 days really isn't that long. Divide that by 30, it's just over 4 months. And of course, I don't know. That could be wrong. It could be 5 months. It could be 3 months. It all depends what happens in terms of the coin. But I honestly think that Casper's going to pump. It's been pumping consistently. You know, you look at the price chart of it here. I started mining it on my GPU mining rig back in 2022. And look at it. It's just gone up and up and up and up. When it has a dip, it recovers and it goes back up, and it still isn't even listed on any of the two big exchanges. It's not on Coinbase and it's not on Binance, and I'm sure that those exchanges are building up bags of this ready to list it. I don't know if they'll list it in the next few months, 6 months, I don't know, but you've got to imagine this thing's reached number 26 in the crypto rankings right now, and the general public don't even know about it. You know, this is a crypto that you're not going to be down the pub or down a bar and someone goes, "Oh my God, have you heard about Casper?" Because no one who has a Coinbase account or a Binance account has even seen this thing yet, or they probably haven't seen it. So I think this thing's going to pump even more. And if it does, brilliant, my ROI will be quicker. But the reason why I've bought these, rather than just buying $15,000 worth of Casper, is if I ROI on these in 4 to 5 months, let's say 5 months, I still own that asset. I still own these two KS3Ms. And yeah, Ice River will probably bring out a KS4, and there'll be like other miners that will come out that have higher hash rate, and the network will get busier, and the profitability might be like $20 a day in 4 months. It might be $10 a day, but it's still $10 a day that I'm making, that if I just bought 15,000 dollars worth of Casper, I'm still making Casper after that. I mean, if I just bought it, I wouldn't have that. Plus, I have the asset. And of course, we all know this. I've never actually been through a bull run. I kind of started mining at the end of a bull run. Hardware values, you look historically, they're going to go up, and people are going to want these, because when they start making more money per day, less coin, but more money, people are going to want them. Now, I do have the challenge, and this is the risk, and this is where it's a big leap. These miners are not sitting in my home address. They're not even sitting in the UK. They're going to be sitting in the USA. So how hard is it logistically to move it out of that facility and sell it to someone? I don't know, but I might not even want to sell it. But ultimately, that's a benefit of buying a miner versus just buying the token. And the great thing about this, with the hosting, this price that I'm paying, can't even find the tab now, but this 8 cents per kilowatt, that is guaranteed. That doesn't go up. Also, I'm buying it and it's being hosted with the manufacturer, so it's under warranty. So if any problems, that's also sorted. I've done all my due diligence. I've checked all of that out. So I'm really confident that I've made the right decision, but I'm still nervous, of course, because $15,000 is a lot of money. It is to me. It might not be to some other miners, but to me, it's a huge investment. And I wanted to share what I've done, and I'll keep you guys updated the moment I get these things online. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put them on 2 different pools, so I can compare 2 different pools so we can see the rewards. I'm going to do an ROI calculator, and I'm going to see how quickly I can get my money back on these things. But look, guys, I really appreciate you watching this. I'm a new channel. I'm a new YouTuber. But my whole channel is about my experiences and talking about my mistakes, but also hopefully my wins. I'm hoping this is a big win. This is a big step for me. I'd like your opinions. Do you think I'm mental? Have I gone completely crazy? Should I have spent 15,000 US dollars on Bitcoin miners instead? Or should I just held on to it and just stuck with what I'm doing? I don't know. But yeah, like and subscribe, please. Leave some comments below. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll catch you in my next video.